Hello, and this is a book review. Interesting ideas, my favorite takeaways from this book, Freakonomics. Let's dive in. First one is, real estate agents sell their houses at 3% more than their clients. They have no incentives to sell your home, your house, in a higher price due to low percentage. It's interesting, so when they sell your house versus when they sell their house at 3% more. The reason is that it doesn't worth because they work only on percentages and it's very low, like they working on commission, low commission. It's only like few percentages. So they will take a good offer, even though it's not the best offer, because for themselves as an agent, it doesn't make much difference, but as the person that sell the house, it can be a few $1,000s. So it's interesting. The next one is, data shows that election money does not necessarily mean winning, which is interesting. It's counterintuitive. So usually we think, and I think, that the more money a candidate has, the easier or more probability it has to win, but this is not true, and they have data to support this. Charging a fee for late arrivals in a daycare result in higher late arrivals. The reason is because the fine was too low, so they could get rid of the guilt for money, which is really interesting. I found this idea really interesting. So they were charging money for whoever come to pick up his kid later. But what happened was not intuitive. Anyway, it didn't work. What happened was that they actually, the late arrivals were increased because when people have the opportunity to pay for get rid of the guilt, they did it. And okay, I'm just gonna. So this is what they said to themselves. Okay, I'm just gonna come late and I'll pay the fee. No one get hurt. So it's counter. I don't know. Intuitive could be. I don't know. I'm trying to find the right word. It doesn't matter. Anyway, next one is, as soon as a car left the lot, he loses about a quarter of its value. It's probably a known thing. But I still think it's interesting to see that the second you got out of the lot, a quarter of the value of the car has been lost. A prostitute earns more than an architect because he more likely to hire her than vice versa. I just find it a little funny. So prostitute actually earns more than the architect because who is more likely to hire who, and the architect is more likely to hire prostitute than vice versa. Therefore, supply and demand and stuff, and we see that she's getting paid more. Banning abortions in Romania caused increased rates of violence. We will go back to this with more reasons, but what data shows that it's of course correlational, which not necessarily causational, but it's still interesting to see the correlation between banning abortion to higher violence. We will come back to this. Next one is, there is a higher probability of a kid to die from a swimming pool than from a gunplay. Data again show more people or more kids, babies, are dying from pools, so drowning, than playing with a gun. Even though when you think, oh, a gun is much more dangerous, no, it's not. When you're not more likely to die from a gun, statistically speaking. Next, economists often try to eliminate correlation. By finding the correlation that is being influenced, we're more likely to find something meaningful. So that's the way economists are trying to eliminate correlation and trying to find more causal effects, is by finding which correlation is affecting or is being influenced. And by finding that one, your correlation is better. It's still not a cause or causation, but it's giving you, or at least eliminating, what the better correlation, if you may. The tactics of parenting does not matter that much. Who you are matter more. Things like social economic status, education, and race. So tactics, again, data shows tactics. There is different tactics of how to raise your kids. A lot of devices out there, but data shows that there is no much difference with how you do it. What matters more is education, race, economic status, things like that. So it's more physical, environmental, cultural influencers. Next, acting white means excelling at school or using correct grammar could be detrimental for some black kids, which this is according again to data. There is this acting white, and this is there is a active counter force from the black community, some of course, not everywhere, to this idea. So whoever is acting white could be getting beaten in some neighborhoods. I think that they even they, I don't know, burned the house, but something similar. I don't remember the exact details, but the idea is that acting white is detrimental. Next, the name of the person does not influence his success in life as might be thought. Rather, it's the name that has been given to him that indicates his social economic status. So the name, some people think, oh, I'll give him that name, and that name means that he's going to be successful based on data, or that person thinks. So let's say Warren Buffett, for example. So some people might call their son or Warren because they want him, or they think he has some success. That name has some influence, but this is not true, of course. This is superstition. And what matters more is because the name that the parents chose for the kids usually mean about social economic status. And we'll talk about it a little more afterwards. I think this one is even has some connection. After names catches on among higher income families, it goes down the social economic status families. So this is, they see, so that's again, that has connection to this one before. So they see low social economic status families see that specific names are more prevalent among the wealthy, and they're starting to use it as well. And of course, after, I don't know if I wrote here, but after the low income families are using it, the higher income families are stop using it, and they find new names. Next, some unique black names are given among poor neighborhoods in order to signal acting black. So we saw the idea of acting white for some black kids, which is detrimental, could be detrimental, but there is also the idea of acting black, which means giving very unique names that is only being presented in black communities, especially low income communities, and that's in order to signal I'm black and I care about the community. And the last one, according to one theory, abortion leads to lower crime rates since unwanted kids cause crime. And that's what we talk about what we have in Romania. So according to one theory, why, again, it's a theory, so it's only, I think, correlational, but abortion leads to lower crime rates since unwanted kids cause crime. If there is unwanted kids, and it's a continuous psychological disadvantage, or not disadvantage, it's continuous when your parents tells you, oh, you're not good, I don't want you, or the way they act, and just like how stressful everything is cause the kids to be associated or do more crime. And that's pretty much it here. In general, really, I like this book. There is like too much, I would say, too much stories. I think it could be being shortened. I would want more examples. It has some good examples. Everything I was speaking about was great examples, but some of them are less. So the story is a little too long. Could be better, I think. I think I will give it like probably 3 to 4 stars. Something like that. So it could be like 3.5. It doesn't deserve a 4 because it has some very good points, but again, could be better. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you.